The man the whole town silenced. The true story of Ken McElroy, told by the victim himself from the grave. I was the devil of Skidmore. My name was Ken Rex McElroy, and if you're hearing this, it means I'm gone. They called me the devil of Skidmore, a man no law could touch. I didn't see myself that way. I just took what I wanted and made sure nobody crossed me twice. Cattle, land, people, everything had a price. And in my town, fear was my currency. For years I walked free. Every time, witnesses vanished. Cases collapsed. And everyone learned one lesson: don't go against Ken. But on a quiet July morning in 1981, everything changed. The town I ruled finally decided enough was enough. I thought I owned them. But that day they took back everything, even my life. But how did it happen? Well, the day Skidmore fought back, it started like any other day. Hot sun, quiet streets, me parked in my old pickup right in front of the D&G store, shotgun by my side, coffee gone cold. People walked past, pretending not to look. I could feel their fear, and I liked it that way. Skidmore had always been my town. But that day, something felt different. A few men stood near the store, then more joined them. They weren't whispering anymore. They were talking, planning. My gut said drive away, but my pride said stay. The sheriff had left town that morning. Perfect timing. No law, no witness. Then silence. Not a sound, not a breath, just stillness thick enough to choke on. And then someone yelled, "Now!" Time froze, and in that instant, Skidmore finally turned its fear into fury. A whole town pushed too far, finally pushing back. But the question that still echoes in every retelling is, who fired first the day Skidmore fought back? The moment everything went black, it happened fast. Shapes moved in the dust, men stepping forward slow and certain. For the first time in my life, I felt cornered. My wife screamed beside me. Then came the flashes. 1, 2, 10. Glass shattered. Metal screamed. Pain tore through my neck. Hot. Blinding. I tried to breathe, but nothing came. I reached for my shotgun, but my hands wouldn't listen. Through the haze I saw faces. Familiar ones. Farmers. Shop owners. Men I'd humiliated. Threatened. Broken. But none of them ran. They just stood there, calm, cold, watching the tyrant fall, like they'd been waiting years for this single breath of freedom. And then everything went black. But here's what makes it truly. When the gunfire stopped, the town went quiet. No screams, no panic, no 911 calls, just silence. When police arrived, 60 people stood there. Farmers, shopkeepers, neighbors, and not a single one claimed to see a thing. 60 witnesses, one tiny town, and a murder no one would admit to. The question echoed through Skidmore. Who killed Ken McElroy? And the town replied, calm, cold, united. We don't know. No arrests, no confessions, no justice. They erased a man in broad daylight and called it peace. But was it really peace, or a perfect crime the whole town helped cover up? As the days passed, whispers filled the air, yet everyone maintained their silence, eyes cast downward. Families went about their routines, but an invisible thread of tension connected them all, weaving through conversations and silences alike. Children played in the streets, unaware of the darkness lurking just beyond their innocence. Each resident felt the weight of complicity, a shared burden they chose not to acknowledge. In the tavern, patrons raised glasses, but avoided the one question that hung heavily. Who really pulled the trigger that day? Life resumed its rhythm, yet within hearts and homes. The question lingered. Did they protect their own, or simply shield themselves from the truth? They say I finally got what I deserved, that evil met its end on that hot July day. But the truth, evil doesn't die, it multiplies. When fear owns a town long enough, it stops trembling and starts shooting. The day they ended me, Skidmore didn't just erase a man, it unalived its own soul. Some nights, they still hear my truck idling by that old store, engine humming, headlights glowing through the dark. They call it a ghost story, but maybe it's a reminder, because when you kill a monster, you risk becoming one. And on that day, they did. They became me, to destroy me. And that's why even now, I'm still here. They say my presence lingers in every corner of this town, an echo that cannot be silenced. The people feel me watching, their hearts racing with a mix of fear and curiosity. They remember the tales of a man wronged, the spirit seeking justice in the night. Shadows of regret dance through their minds as they wonder if their actions were truly righteous or merely fueled by the darkness within. As the nights grow colder, my story weaves itself into their dreams, reminding them that even the purest intentions can morph into something monstrous. And so I remain a guardian of truth, a reminder of what happens when the line between justice and vengeance blurs.